Awesome. I'm live. This is the first live in a long time. So essentially, what's up, gang? If you're watching this live, impressed. I didn't announce it. If you're watching a re-recording of this, howdy. Happy to have you here. And this video, pretty much this live session, live stream, I'm going to be going through a working session, figuring out where a client's target audience is spending their time online. So one of the big reasons for wanting to do this is the client is getting a lot of great search from organic, a lot of great search from social, but now we really want to ramp things up. And the thing that really triggered it is the client is now ranking for position number 1 for a term that has the word candidate in it. So instead of being more local, it's on a national level ranking stage right now. So we figure, you know what, let's ride this momentum. Let's get more people from around the different parts of the province searching for the brand name, searching for that particular keyword and clicking on the brand's name. And one of the best ways in doing that is figuring out where people that are target demographic is spending time, as in what podcasts are they listening to, what YouTube channels are they watching, what social profiles do they have, or are they putting certain words in their profile, in their social media profiles, be it X, be it Instagram, be it LinkedIn, what forums like Reddit are they on, or Quora and things like that. So it's really figuring out, getting a deep understanding of the client's demographic of who they are and what they do. We do have that. So now the whole goal here for me is to show you guys the tools I'm using. So I'll be using SparkToro, a fantastic tool by the man, the legend, the myth himself, Rand Fishkin. And yeah, let me just dive right in. Let's just go straight to it. Let me pop the screen change here, and I'm going to show you what I'm seeing, where I'm at, and what I found. So the client's The Good Chocolatier. So what happens now is they're ranking for Cacao Ceremony Canada in position 1. And this came up from using the rank tracker, where what they were actually ranking number 1, what they're actually ranking number 1 for Ceremonial Cacao Canada. Now, this thing may be a little embarrassing now when I do this, but earlier this morning, the client was in position 1. And right now, let's see where it is. They're in position 2 at this time being. But needless to say, it's still at the top of the pack. It's showing up. And if I bring this browser wider, our image is going to show. For some reason, images aren't showing on my browser, but if I did this in incognito, let me see if I could show incognito. It doesn't, I'm not sharing incognito, but either way, that's not here nor there. So now the goal here is to find list of potential podcast guesting, list of potential sponsorship or influencer outreach. That's like the end goal of once I filter everything out. But at this stage, I just want to get a list of potential places to pay attention. List of places to pay attention for ICP. All right, so what I'm going to do is, so here's SparkToro, fantastic tool, is SparkToro pretty much scans the net, goes through all the social platforms, and I can either search for people that are using particular keywords or particular websites that an audience visits, or I can even search what keywords the bio has. So I'm going to put in people that search the word ceremonial cacao. I'll take the word Canada and let's go with in Canada. It should be a smaller sample size, but let's see what happens. So now there's about an estimate of 459 people that search for ceremonial cacao in Canada each month. Just to do a comparison and do the same thing for the USA, the exact same search term. And we can see we have 3,000 people. So for the rest, I'm going to stick with Canada to kind of start things off. The client is in Canada, so we want to see what people in Canada are using and searching for. So off the top, I'm going to get an overview here where I could see people search for ceremonial cacao, often visit these websites: Ceremonial Cacao, Breakfast Criminals, that's an interesting name, Chocolat Cacao Laboratory, The Good Chocolatier, whoop whoop, The Chocolate Professor, and Coach Sophia Fitness. That is interesting. So then there's an affinity score that lets you know how close this site is to that being the main topic. If I got that wrong, that's my understanding of it. Then on the right, I can see here what are other terms people are searching for. So like ceremonial cacao recipes, cacao near me, cacao drink, more recipes and drinks, and I could expand this a whole lot more. But before doing that, I'm going to scroll down. One thing that's interesting, it doesn't have enough gender demographics, and I wonder if that's just because it's the Canadian search. If I go back to the US, no, same thing. Not enough of a sample size to know the gender of people who are searching for this. So now traffic affinity and domain authority. So it's seeing how strong the sites that are mentioned above on a, we'll say on SEO scale, how strong their sites are. So domain authority 32, 43. So if I was trying to compete with people, we would see that we're at a 27 and people, the highs we're seeing here is a 43, which is Breakfast Criminals, which I'm definitely interested in. Let me just take a look and see what that site is, because is it a recipe page? Mindful living, travel. Let's look at the description. How you start your days, how you live your life, superfood recipes, and morning rituals that is actually a great site to fall into and to reach out to for either doing let's just make sure it's a real site, because I'm seeing lots of SEO, but essentially to do a collab with or sponsor or even send them our products to do a little review on. So they got an Instagram page. Let's take a look and see how recently active they were on Instagram. That's pinned. This post was edited 29 weeks ago. So they may not be as active anymore. 94 weeks ago. So these are all the other things to pay attention. Okay, maybe they're doing YouTube. Let's see what their YouTube video has. This was 6 years ago. And the most recent post was 1 year ago. So this may be a dead site, possibly, or they just shifted on to another social platform, which could be TikTok or definitely not Instagram. Looks like they got a Spotify account. Are they doing podcasts? Let's see. June 10th. Okay, so not as updated on the podcast either. Last one was June 10th. So I'll still keep this there. See if I could contact them. See if they reach out. If they answer back to outreach, I'll click on one more thing about us. I do like they have a work with us section, so it lets me know that they are very open to either sponsor deals or having people write for them. Anyways, I'll come back to that. So now, what's great about SparkToro, it also lets you know of hidden gems. So hidden gems are people who are still in the same space, aren't as big of a brand. So what's great here is that if you're working with a smaller budget, the hidden gems are getting traffic online. They're not as big of a brand name as the names up top, which is great to see our brand in there at the top. But these could be places where it's slightly cheaper to do some marketing with them, or you could offer them some products, do some sponsorships. Like I'm looking at Shaman Sisters. That is definitely people that are in our target demographic for cacao ceremonies, for ceremonial cacao. 50% off bracelets. They ship to Canada. This is a bit about us, Shaman Sisters. I'm just going to jump straight to see if they're doing anything on social. Like, are they still active? Because essentially, social media is a place where you show people that your business is still alive. So 13 weeks ago, that's still recent enough in my books. Let's see what they have for YouTube. Let's go to videos. Okay, 3 years ago, not as active on YouTube anymore. And let's see, Pinterest. I have a Pinterest account. Okay, so apparently they pinned something 2 days ago, or it got pinned 2 days ago. Either way, don't seem to be as active. No shop address, no shop hours. So this could potentially be something that's not as active anymore. And yeah, the Instagram account's the same. So that's another thing to look out for, is just making sure that the people we're reaching out to are still alive, are still active, not alive, but still active in their business. So the other great thing we're seeing here is people who search for ceremonial cacao often use these social platforms. So YouTube, of course, YouTube is like the biggest search engine right after Google. Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, LinkedIn, Twitter, and not as much TikTok. So that is something to keep in mind when we're looking at the type of people to outreach to, what type of outreach we want to get done, or even YouTube. If people are doing podcasts on YouTube, that could be an option there where we could get video content of the owner of the Good Chocolatier, Mara, doing some content, sharing her message, sharing her mission. People who search for ceremonial cacao also follow these social accounts: Elon Musk, Rihanna, CNN, interesting, and hidden gems. So I don't think this is going to help much for what we're looking for. And when it comes to data on the keyword number of searches per month, this is definitely more into the SEO realm of things. I'm just kind of looking at search volume and affinity score. This isn't so much going to help with what we want. Boom, here we go. People who first search for ceremonial cacao are likely to watch or listen to the following: Talk Chocolate YouTube. Let's open that up and see when their last post was. 6 days ago. Okay, so someone's doing something here, but are they selling cacao, ceremonial cacao? Because again, not everybody in business are often open to doing co-opetition. where we maybe both be selling the same product, but we could still help each other grow and just kind of do partnerships or deals with each other's, or just collaborate on content. But if I'm looking here, the collections, okay, I'm gonna do a quick SEO trick. I'm gonna come into details site. So site colon allows me to search everything about that site. And I'm just gonna put in ceremonial cacao. And this is them talking about what it is. 100% cacao powder. So this is, they're linking to a broken page. Okay, so there's nothing there. Health benefits. Yeah, not seeing much in terms of, let's jump to the bottom, nothing much for products. So that could be something. I will put that down as a YouTube channel just because they did post 6 days ago. Oh, before that was 3 months ago. Let's just put something down just in case. So these guys have a YouTube channel and potential co-op petition collab. All right, so let's jump back in here. Let's see. Cookie and Kate is a healthy vegetarian food blog offering creative. No. Thinkific, no. Epicurus, no. Let's see. Podcasts. Find Your Way with Lindsay Means. Okay, so let's just dive in more into the podcast ones and see what they have. So here we could look more. We can see we got last post November 26th. Let's open this one and see. Welcome to Find Your Way podcast, where we answer questions on who am I. I help soulpreneurs step into the Royal Empress. So this is like right down the exact lane of where Mara would be a fantastic guest to explain the benefits of ceremonial cacao and how it helps open up the heart, open up the mind, help people set their intentions for the day. So this is a fantastic person to reach out to. I'll just dump that right under podcast guest. Great opportunity. It's 2 P's, not 2 O's. Let's fix that. Boom. So that's already a win. We got something there. Bliss of Being, last post on November 22nd. Soul Alignment Mentor. Ceremonial Living. Intuition Development. Oh man, we got another winner here. Ding, winner, chicken dinner. Morning Self-Empowerment Affirmations. Living a Pleasure. So here it's good to see that the podcast host does do interviews with other people. I forgot to check that for the other one, but as a podcast guest or a content creator, you're always happy to have someone on board because that makes you making content a whole lot easier as someone else is talking, or you could just interview someone else. So I've done podcasts in the past and essentially just the person's interview is the content. I'm not having to come up with different subjects and topics of what to do, which is why I'm doing this. I'm doing a live stream of a work session showing what work I'm doing and just sharing it with the world and how I'm helping clients navigate the new AI search, build their brand, increase brand recognition. And this will be nice as a case study to have a few months from now. So let's do the next one. Following the Gong. Let me put my phone on silent because this thing keeps vibrating and making noise. So I do not want to have that going. And let me just message I'm recording. Perfect. Following the Gong, a podcast of the Schreyer Honors College at Penn State. Okay, let's see. Penn State. Let's see what they got. Are you a Schreyer scholar looking to connect with scholar alumni, career advice, or perhaps recent graduates looking to take the next step in your career? When our scholars submit with honors, they ring in ceremony. Oh, okay, so the word ceremonial gong is what triggered this to show up. That makes more sense. I'm going to opt out of that. Body and Soul Ministries. Just for a morning cup of cacao and heart. Boom. Right on the money. They're talking about a morning cup of cacao. We know for a fact this is definitely the right people that we want to be talking to, or that they at least have the demographic of people we want to be talking to. So another thing I'll do later is I'll get one more just to kind of not spend hours on this, but I do want to dive in deeper to each person's podcast site to see, do they have a website? Do they have a social presence? What other information do they have around them as a person or their brand? So if I come down here to the bottom, there's the website. Let's open that up, see what this looks like. The same 2 people. That's good. Looks like they're doing a cacao ceremony. They got the cacao pod there as well. If this image loads, yeah, boom. So they definitely seem to be the right demographic. They got the handmade cups. So this may not be a situation where we're selling to these people, but oh, they got a shop. Let's see what they got in products, events, retreats. Oh, sweet, register. This looks like their shop is more retreats and events, not so much product based. So this definitely could be a great fit. Let me mention that they do retreats in my notes. They do retreats. Good option for affiliate marketing, possibly. Let's find another podcast. I don't want to try finding some other, either like a YouTube or a Reddit or other social media people to kind of show a variety of things. The Creativity and Consciousness podcast. Welcome to the Creativity and Consciousness shows that explores the intersection of creativity, spirituality, and personal growth. This is another one. When was the last post? 5 days ago, the 23rd. So I'm seeing some podcast posting consistency. So in the month of November, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 posts. That's fantastic. So, and they're about 20 to, oh boy, 2.5 hours. Okay, I was about to say 20 something to 40 minutes, but we're about 2.5 hours long. Let's see if Jake Colburn has a website. Let's see what this looks like. Master of Visionary Arts. Sweet, sweet, sweet. They got, let's see, the About page. So they're using Buzzsprout. This person's a podcast first creator. Doesn't seem to have a dedicated website, which is fine. They find us on social. So it's just straight up, looks like it's podcast only. Okay, they got a Telegram group. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to Google search this. And let's see what comes up, if there's anything else that comes up for this. Jake Colburn, the new episode of Creativity, Instagram. All right, let's click on that and see what this brings us to. Okay, so that's the individual there. Yeah, this is the social media page. That's pinned, that's pinned, that's pinned. Last post was 21 hours ago. Inspirational Alchemy, a visionary 12-week journey. Perfect. This is great. Okay, and there we go. There's the link tree. So this is where it points to everything regarding Jake. Yeah, the courses, Black Friday special, perfect. So the person's marketing themselves. They got an ebook. You can buy them coffee. They got a YouTube channel with the podcast. This is fantastic. I like this a lot. Because what I like here is I'm seeing someone with an entrepreneurial spirit, which is fantastic. As someone with an entrepreneurial spirit understands the benefit of a collab. It's a win-win, mutual benefit for both parties. But I also like the fact the person is putting the time in to get different products and services in there as well. We definitely want this to be more of a mutual benefit, not just a one-sided thing. And within the client being a small business, there's not unlimited budgets on sending money out or sending free products out to people. We want to make sure we get a perfect fit in terms of demographics. All right, so I'm going to pop back to overview. I think I got enough for podcast. Let's see what we got for demographics information, like bio and terms. Nothing. Yeah, nothing for that one. Relevant topics, cacao ceremony near me, ceremonial cacao benefits. Let's see, broad interests. What else are people looking into or looking for? Participation. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. People that want to participate in a cacao ceremony, so that could be something there. So, oh, this is great. Oh, man, that's what I love about this. So we all know about AI. AI is great. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use this. So launch ChatGPT with this. And I think the prompt is to help. Yes. So I am attempting to reach an audience that searches Google for ceremonial cacao. My goal is to best serve the audience interest in ceremony cacao participation. 1, please provide a brief, let me pop that off. Please provide a brief summary on the subject and why this audience is interested in it. 2, what subtopics and potential questions would I address when creating content around this subject? What unusual creative content ideas could help me achieve greater visibility? So it's right there in one click. They created a prompt. We're running with the prompt, and we're ready to launch and go. So let's see what we got. Brief summary. Cacao ceremony is a deeply sacred, intentional way to consume cacao, 100%. Subtopics, core questions. What is cacao ceremony? We already have posts on that. The benefits, we have something on that. How do you prepare? That could be something, a little video of a step-by-step guide for beginners. That could be something we add to our beginners bundle. So what the client has is, the good chocolatier. And let me just go, let me just pop back in here. So if we go to shop, bundles, boom. So right here, the client has the cacao ceremony bundle, which is currently out of stock, which is mainly because of the handmade mugs. That's all handmade, done in Vancouver. You get some Palo Santo. You get, let's get the pop-up out the way. No, I'm not feeling lucky right now. 1 pound of ceremonial cacao. So what I'm seeing here is with this, whenever somebody buys this, we can set up a triggered automation to where we then send them a video or like an onboarding sequence, ideally through video, of how to get started with their cacao ceremony. So how to get things set up, how to set the intentions, how to set your space to make sure you're not disturbed. So like putting your phone on do not disturb, picking a time of the day where you know your space is going to be quiet, not too much noise outside, not too many visitors in and around the house moving around. So here we also have practical guides. That could be like a little short PDF or a short little video series, deeper insights, and creative content ideas. So like in a past video I mentioned, I like to use think outside of the box. So I love here is different ideas about just creating content. So here we got virtual cacao ceremony guide, how to run your own. The client in the past has run virtual cacao ceremonies. Cacao tasting map, build your own ceremony tool. That could be something there too that would be perfect to go with the bundle. And then cacao for creativity, unusual angles, historical diaries. Okay, so this is going a bit too far and off the scope of what we want to do today, but I really just want to show what perks that SparkToro has in making your life easier in kind of doing audience research. If I look at ranking pages, yeah, I always mispronounce this. Ayurderva with Rebecca. Cacao magical morning recipe. I'm Rebecca. Take the quiz. Cool. Straight to the point. Classic recipe blog. Yep. Long story at the beginning and recipe at the bottom, but I like that she has the button of jump to recipe. So that is fantastic. Let's see. Okay, this side may be old because we got the old Instagram icon. Let's see if Rebecca's still posting. This was 25 weeks ago. Okay, maybe Rebecca's not posting on Instagram anymore. I'm not even going to click the Pinterest button, so that's may not be something we want. Recipe. So a lot of the ranking pages seem to be more about around the word recipe and not so much the actual product. So we may not find anything here to help us in terms of reaching our target audience. Let's look at all social accounts. Yeah, that's not helpful at all. Let's see what we got for, social networks. We know that social media is great. Productivity app? I wonder what that is. This is new. I didn't see this before. Productivity app. What's going to pop up for that? I guess people that use Ceremonial Cacao use Mind. Okay. I can see this a little vague because Mind, Body, and Line is a fitness tool for like gyms and wellness that it's almost a POS, point of sale. It's an online booking platform. It's an everything in one and a very light, I could say, CRM to a degree. So I can see how that ties in, but it's not accurate. And I think the big thing is that because we only have data on 459 people, it's not going to be the most accurate right now. But if we just pop into the US and see what we have for the USA, I'm wondering if those sites being listed for apps and productivity apps is the same thing. Yeah, pretty much the same thing. So not much change there. And let's take a look at Reddit. So people in the vegan community, nutrition community, plant-based community, meditation community, that would make the most sense, obviously, or even like other people, like smaller communities or not the smaller community, adjacent communities to meditation would be something. Let me see if anybody put in the word cacao. Ceremonial cacao. If anybody in here has searched that. Everything you need to know. Okay, not much, 6 years ago. This looks like it's maybe not, but it could. Okay, take that back. Although no one's looking for that term, the people who would look for this term would still spend time here. So this could be something that we could pursue in the future of joining into the community, answering some questions, or just being part of it, like not coming in there being all promotion and selling, just finding ways to add value and show that we're here. And if ever the term cacao ceremony pops up, it's like, hey, we offer XYZ service, we have XYZ product, or even we could find people in here that posted the most and are the most active and see what platforms they have, because possibly the person who's posting the most probably has a meditation practice or service that they're offering, and that could be a potential partnership that comes from that. So there is possibility there as well. So I'm not gonna knock that as an idea. I got a lot of tabs there open. Let me go here, undo that. Reddit, people who buy our products spend time here, and see if the top posters also have a practice / business. And I get to the end. There we go. Yoga, food for healthy cooking. Okay, so what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna look at the term meditation, and people that have the word in their bio for meditation. Yeah, you're not a meditationist, just meditationer. No, let's just put meditation and see what shows up with that. And I'm gonna do the US just to kind of get a larger pool of people. Let's see what pops up. Yeah, so again, SparkToro created by, let me close the other tabs in the meantime. So I'm not just kind of loading this up. Again, SparkToro created by Rand, fantastic product, fantastic service. In the meantime, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come to ChatGPT and I'm gonna give it a prompt to try to figure out the target audience. What other words would they search? No, what words would they have in their bio? So I have a client who sells ceremonial cacao and has offered in the past cacao ceremonies to people. Currently, we are looking to find, I'll say, customers who would be a perfect fit for our product, and I need help in figuring out what would my ideal customers have in their social media bios. And I'm on 4. Let's get this to the top AI one. Let's make it think. Advanced reasoning. All right, so while that's gonna think, let's pop back to SparkToro and see what we got here for information. So meditation, let's go straight to overview. Obviously calm.com, yeah, that makes sense. Chopra. Okay, so I think meditation is definitely broad of a term. I think a lot of people do have it. We got 19,000 people, but it'll be interesting to see the difference between 400 and I think 59 people and the data we're able to get versus 19,000. So already here we could see there's a gender demographics, female, male, and non-binary and other. And if we scroll down, let's see if things start making more sense. We got social media accounts. Somehow Greta Thunberg pops up, but not the highest affinity. So it just seems like because Greta has, I have to see the actual definition of what they mean by affinity in this, but we know for a fact that this isn't it. Brene Brown could be something. She has a lot of mindfulness books, so that could be something there as well. Hidden gems is what I'm definitely interested in, is seeing who is Spirit Rock, who is Krishna Das. That's a Facebook page. And that's a Facebook page. All right, let's see what this Facebook page leads us to. And when did they last post? November 30th. Okay, so the person's active. Person's active, 48 likes, 2 comments, 52 comments. This was a Smiles page. Smiles post. They're sharing different conversations, chanting. That's definitely a good fit. Let's see what the website is. Open Your Heart in Paradise virtual retreats. Sweet. And they got a SoundCloud playlist. I'm loving this. I am loving, and the person's traveling. Yo, we got Florida. We got Costa Rica. We got New York. We got online. We got Hawaii and the Bahamas. I am digging this. episode 76. That's April. So recent news. So they got a whole news section for the person. So that means the person definitely got a brand. So I'm going to try something here. Let me just put their name in. Krishna Das, and see if they get it. Boom. Yeah, so you're kind of a big deal when you get a knowledge panel. Oh, and he's definitely a big deal because he has fake tickets being sold to his event. So this is interesting that it put this as hidden gems, but the person seems to be quite a big deal. But I'll still put it in there. Let me just put this. And let's put the Facebook page as well. Oh, okay, is this the music page? Okay, that's why. Let's put that there. Person seems to have a large brand and travels the globe, or at least the Western Hemisphere, I could say for now. Travels the globe doing retreats and event. So that is huge. Oh, I'll put for myself. They have a knowledge panel. All right, let's dive deeper and seeing what other details we could get. This is more keyword related stuff. Not going to spend too much time here. So we can see here people with the word meditation, and the most common job roles are in the education space. So let's dive in deeper into this. The demographic insights. Double more results. Upgrade to business agency. Not right now. This is good enough as is. So I think on the upgrade, you'll be able to see this sort of data, what percentage are making what money. But judging from a pie chart, a good chunk are making 70 to 100,000. So that means they got the disposable income to spend on buying the highest quality goods when it comes to cacao. And if you're doing cacao ceremony, you definitely want to get the highest quality of goods. You're not trying to get the cheapest stuff just to kind of make a quick buck, just to save a few bucks. Okay, so I'm not going to get much data here in job and salary. Let's see bio profile in terms. So a lot of them mention the word yoga, meditation teacher. That would be something. Launch a Twitter search, launch a Reddit search. Let's see what we get there. Reddit search for meditation teacher. No, not getting anything right now. And yeah, let's see how that's trending. Meditation research. So Google Trends is a tool that lets you know how popular a term is over a period of time and when it was popular. So for some reason, in the past 12 months, March was when meditation teacher was at its peak. Let's put ceremonial cacao in there as well as let's do search term. Okay, so definitely not getting as much attention as meditation teacher. Let's get rid of that. This is worldwide. Okay, so it's better than meditation teacher. So we got a peak in January, a dip. Let's bring this down to the United States. And then let's see how that looks. Okay, so big dip in July. So less people doing stuff. Less people looking for ceremonial cacao in the summer months. It looks like April, May, spring cleaning. People are getting back into the rhythm of things. And January, New Year's resolutions. So the way this works is that top line at 100 is when it gets its peak number of searches. So it looks like that in January and May was 97. So yeah, the highest peak was January 14th. And the lowest time it's ever been searched was July 14th to 20. So the lowest doesn't mean that there's no searches at all. It just means within this time frame, it scores the lowest. Like somebody has to get a 0 at some point. Here we can see interest by regions. A lot of people in Hawaii, Colorado, California, Utah. That is interesting. I think Utah is a rectangle. No, Colorado is a rectangle state. Washington. And if we scroll down, related topics, butter, dairy, related queries, ceremonial grade matcha. That's interesting. So that could be something to look into, who's selling that and do some sort of collab product together. That could be an option. Let's see what Canada's got. Good old Canada. Damn. All right, so that peaks in November, but I think this means it doesn't have as much data. Let's go over 5 years. Okay, so there's some peak then. BC is the biggest search. Benefits of ceremonial cacao seems to be a new search topic people are putting in. I'm actually curious to see what pops up on Google. Okay, so we show up further down. So this can be something worth optimizing as an opportunity to show up more. But let's pop back here. Let's pop back to SparkToro. That's where I want to spend time to find people around our audience. Gender and age, 26 to 50, mostly female. Job and salary we did, skill and education. Associates, bachelors. And let's go to geography, California mainly, New York. Okay, so let's see what other topics that are relevant. Meditation techniques for better sleep, benefits of mindful meditation, broad interest. I think we already did social accounts. Let's take a look at hidden gems a bit deeper. Off the mat into the world. We're the bridge between yoga, self-inquiry, and community action. And did it give a date? Let's see what we got here. It's a Facebook post, March 9th, 2021. Okay, so this is no longer active. That is not relevant at all anymore. Oh, sorry. PhD teacher in science, 12 hours ago. PhD teacher in meditation in science. Nice. Let's see what the website is, mindfulnesscds.com. Oh man, he's been doing this a long time if you got that domain. So mindfulnesscds.com redirects to Jon Kabat-Zinn. The Core Invitation of Mindfulness. Cool. Let me do a search of his name and see what shows up. Yeah, he's got a name. He's got a knowledge panel. He had an interview on the 22nd. 80 years old. Let's go. My man's still kicking and rocking at 80 years old. Definitely know this works. He's got books, videos. Let's see what we got for videos. Nice. Lion Roar. No social accounts connected, but he's got a meditation app. Nice. Mindfulness in action. So it looks like there's events that he's doing. And he's done some studies. Yeah, this would be an interesting person to connect with. Let me put this in the notes. I think I'm going to end it with this, as I think I did a good walkthrough enough of all the stuff that SparkToro has and how I'm helping it. Let me just finish up my notes. Has a PhD in meditation. Has done meditation studies. Sells CDs, books, and videos. And let me do another search for his name. Sorry, and see if there's any. Yeah, there we go. Social profiles. That's what I want to see. Let me scroll down. He's got an Instagram account that got posted on 9 hours ago. So that means, let me get that link for this as well. So that's great. What really matters? The future of humanity. Nice. I'm not sure if that's his podcast or someone else's. Let's see what really matters. Looks like he has a podcast with him and someone else. This is great. Okay, there we go. Bitly link. Perfect. So let me put all this into the notes here. Let's get the Bitly link. He's using Leadpages for a link shortener. And let's see what really matters. Watch for free. 90-minute video. Oh man, he's doing the webinars as well. I love it. Follow us on YouTube. There we go. Last post 1 day ago. Perfect. This is where just kind of clicking on everything at least once will lead you to places that you would have never found without. Perfect. So I think that is everything. Let me pop back here just to me. Boom. So yeah, so there you have it. So that's essentially how I leverage SparkToro to find the audience that my client or customer, or even for my own projects, that would be a perfect fit to find who to do partnerships with. But also it's important to find this audience to know where we need to be spending our time in terms of building our brand. So people are mostly on Reddit, people are mostly on TikTok, people are mostly on searching social media platform or watching particular podcasts, we want to spend more time on there. So it's the sort of thing where you could become a repeat podcast guest or even do like series. I've seen certain podcasts do a series of, for the next 4 episodes, we'll be meeting with XYZ guest. In episode 1, we'll talk about topic A. And stay tuned for episode B2, where we'll talk about topic B, so on and so forth. So there's endless possibilities. And I think for us, the goal is to be flexible going in to meet the creator that we're trying to partner with to figure out what works best for them, because they're going to have a better understanding of their target audience and their demographic, and they will know that what, in this case, Mara has could offer to help their audience. So is it talking about the benefits of cacao ceremonies? Could it be talking about where she sources her ceremonial cacao? Or it could even be just talking about how she's running a social enterprise. So there are many ways that things could be built and created to help each podcast person or each video person with content for them, and how a partnership or even a collaboration could help both parties. Yeah, I'm gonna end the live stream there. This has been an interesting experience. Oh snap, there's actually comments. Damn, I done stumbled across some game. What is this, if you don't mind me asking? Sorry I'm late to the game. This is me working. Look at that. If I click on this, it shows I got Crash Out Chronicles. It's me working on doing audience research for clients in marketing. Dope. Well, Crash Out Chronicles, thank you for watching. I'll give you a quick rundown of what just took place. Client is ranking high for ceremonial cacao right there. So this is the product they have that they're selling. It's a 1 pound bag of ceremonial cacao. Now the goal of the live stream was just to kind of share how I'm going about finding the place that the client can go to. I didn't share my screen here. Let me pop back here to the screen share. Let's do a little 50-50 here. No, can't see enough. Let's go bigger. Yeah, so as I mentioned, so essentially the client here is ranking high for, I deleted it. Let me just put ceremonial cacao. The word was Canada. There we go. So they're ranking there with their product, and the entire point of using SparkToro is to find where people that search for these products are showing up. So in this case, if I go to audience research, let me just rerun the search with ceremonial cacao. So this is essentially just showing where people that do put the word ceremonial cacao in Google search, where they're spending time. So I could see here what sites they're often visiting, what social media networks that they're spending time on, who do they generally follow in terms of social media on the platforms that they're on. And then I could even find what YouTube channels they pay attention to, what podcasts listen to, and what subreddits are spending time on. And the whole goal here is to find out where our target audience spending time, and then to show up in those spaces, showing our brand and what we're doing. Yeah. So again, as I said, this is the end of the first live stream. I didn't expect to get a comment. That's pretty dope. And hope I'm going to do more of this to come. Any questions, or if you want me to do an audience research, I almost forgot the call to action. If you want me to do a deep dive in audience research for your brand, I will have a link at the bottom of this video once I re-edit and put the image and the thumbnail for this. But it'll send you to a form where you just put your website, put your target audience, a little description, and on either another working live stream session, I could do that, record it, and send you some information your way to help you build and grow your brand. That is it for this live stream. For all those who watched in the present or watching in the future, not in the past, but in the present or in the future, thank you for following this far. I'll be doing more videos. Still haven't figured out a proper sign off, so that's it. You have an awesome rest of the day. Peace.